Today I'll be looking at Transformers Reveal the Shield Turbo Tracks. And before I get to the figure, let's talk about Reveal the Shield. So it's Hasbro's new line, which they give a bunch of random Transformers this black shield, per se. And what you do is you just rub it, and the idea is it would show up with the faction of the robot. So in this case, with Trax, he is an Autobot, if you can see that. It basically works like a mood ring. The more heat you have, the faster it'll get up there. But there you go. Simple as that. So, now the figure. I believe in G1, Trax was a Corvette. This is not a Corvette, nor is it the concept Corvette. I believe that model was used for Sideswipe in the Transformers movie. This doesn't resemble a Corvette at all in any way that I can see. However, I think it's a beautiful mold in its own right. This front end, I'm just loving that grille. This low grille with those wide headlights. Love it. These wheels, usually I don't mind if the wheels are black, but in the case of this car, I love that they painted the rims silver. These sort of strange, I guess, side exhaust, very, very cool. The backside's kind of where this thing kind of falls short. It's very just blue, and this red paint for the taillight looks really sloppy, especially since they just kind of painted red and then it looks like they punched out two circles to create headlights. I don't know if I like that look. And then there's the exhausts here, which they just painted blue. Again, they're exhausts, so why would you keep them blue? But apart from that, I mean, it's a good looking car. This tribal paint on the front, on the hood, a lot of people don't like that. They prefer it. They wanted people like this to resemble more of the original G1 figure that had sort of a Firebird flame on it, kind of like Hot Rod. But I mean, hey, this tribal thing, I don't really care. Me personally, I prefer if the car was just all blue, but this doesn't really bug me, so whatever. But yeah, very, very cool car. One of the best looking car molds. I think it's my favorite that's come out in the recent past couple months or year. Actually, no, that's a lie. Blur is still the favorite for me. But since I have him here, here's a size comparison. So Blur is, let's see, a little bit longer, just by a hair. In terms of height, Blur's just a little bit taller. I guess overall Blur's just a little bit of a bigger figure, but Trax is pretty close to size. Okay, so let's get him transformed into his robot mode. First thing you want to do is pull these off, and these are on the 3mm. These are on the clip system that all the recent Transformers are doing. You're going to want to open this up, pull these doors down, and pull this up. Pull this leg down, turn it around. And here you just want to forward and then back, and then split them. And that creates his legs. Up here you want to just pull this out. This is actually his weapon. And we'll put that aside. Now the doors, what you want to do is pull them out and position them upwards, sort of diagonally. Pop out the wings. You can see he's slowly starting to take shape. Fold these wheels around his shoulders. And then this little automorph feature here, you just push his whole chest piece up. Everything pops out into place. Oops. And then the last part, you just want to pull this gray piece out and tab it into the back, just behind his neck. And then with these that we popped out, just flip them around so the fins are on the top. Pop them in here. Again with the other one. Pop it in. Oh, there you go. And then let's just adjust this. And for the last part, his gun, all you gotta do is open it, put it in his hand, and there you have Reveal the Shield Turbo Tracks. A very, very good looking figure, in my opinion. I love the color of this figure. I love the styling, the shape. Almost a perfect figure if you ask me. A lot of people have said his shoulders are really wide and that he looks very fat in this area, but if you turn him to the side, you'll notice he's not. He's just really wide, and although he does have a backpack, he's kind of forgivable. It's okay. But I mean, if you don't like the wideness of his shoulders, then, I can understand. But for me, it's fine. Colors look wonderful. Blue, now, he doesn't look just blue anymore. He's got a whole bunch of mix. He's got the white, the black. Interestingly, he has this pale gray that covers this plasticky gray. And then he has this metallic-y gray here, which looks wonderful. My only concern is I wish they had this gray cover everywhere that had the dull gray on it, just so it gives them a more uniform look. I understand that could be just a more costly thing to do, but it really would have benefited. I mean, since they have his legs painted so much anyway, why not go the whole way? But again, it's all forgivable. In terms of articulation, he's got the head on a basic swivel. Arms are all on a ball joint, but it is limited by these wings. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. The wrist is on a swivel. He's got a hip joint, which is very nice. Let's see, waist on a ball joint. Single jointed knee, and he's got some play in his ankles. Which, by the way, these feet are the ugliest looking feet I've ever seen. They look like frog's legs or something. However, because of his giant heel spur here, he really can just pose anyway, because that thing will take up all the weight. And it really will. You can give his feet really dynamic positions because of that. It's very, very cool. Size comparisons. Here he is with the drift figure, since I pulled out the blur figure, just so we have a constant comparison. And you will see that Trax, although is shorter, he is a lot wider. And like I said, this is a very wide figure. So if you're feeling like you might feel like you get ripped off in terms of how much plastic you're getting, don't feel that way. I mean, he's shorter, but he's wider. Now, I understand sometimes, like me personally, I do prefer the taller deluxe figures, but if he's not that tall, it's okay. It doesn't really bug me that much. Last thing I want to get to is his head sculpt. And it is a beautiful red face with white capping everywhere else. He's got no light piping, but that's alright. I don't think he really needs it. His eyes just look dark. But that's really it about Trax. I know he was a hugely anticipated figure upon reveal, him and Jazz. Tell you the truth, I didn't really care about this figure when it was revealed. The one I really wanted was Jazz. However, I bought Trax, and I haven't bought Jazz because Jazz kind of disappointed me when I saw his missing paint apps, and so I waited for the United version. So, I mean, look for that review in a bit, but this one's about Trax, and I gotta say, definitely a must-have for any Transformers fan. If you just like cool-looking cars, if you like a cool-looking robot mode, maybe you just like the color blue, this is a very, very good toy or figure, and it's a definitely must-have for any collector, whether you just do classics or just randoms or movies or just you want variety. Definitely pick up this figure. Totally worth it. Alright. Anyways, thanks for watching, and come back, maybe you'll see some more videos soon. Bye.